Has there ever been a moment when you felt like your life had hit rock bottom and there was no way to get back up? We all have times where we feel like everything is going wrong. No one hears us and our life is in ruins. But when we pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and start to rebuild, the Lord will bless our efforts and show us a new way forward. A lot of Latter-day Saints leave the Old Testament record when Lehi and his family depart from Jerusalem. The assumption is that the people in Jerusalem were wicked, were ripe for destruction, and all of that is true. Lehi and his family were spared the destruction and given a new life and another promised land. But the people that remained behind in Jerusalem were still God's children. And the book of Ezra tells the story of what happened to them after the fall of Jerusalem and the kingdom of Judah. Just as Jeremiah, Lehi, and all the prophets had foretold, Jerusalem was laid siege, its temple was destroyed, and the survivors were taken in exile to Babylon. But that isn't the end of the story. God still continued to reach out to the people in love and reconciliation in spite of their sins. He continued to call prophets like Ezekiel, who spoke to the exiles, and even prophesied that a remnant would return to Jerusalem and rebuild the temple. It was nearly 70 years later when the remnant began to return to Jerusalem. As prophesied by Isaiah, a leader was raised up named Cyrus, the king of Persia. The Babylonians, who had brought the people into exile, were overthrown by Cyrus, and the Persians opened the door for a remnant of the Jewish people to return to their homeland. It must have been discouraging for the first groups who returned to Jerusalem. The city was in ruins, and their temple, once the crown jewel of the entire house of Israel, was no more. All that really remained were the sacred vessels of gold and silver stolen by the Babylonians, but brought back by the remnant to Jerusalem with Cyrus's permission. This new generation of Jews had nothing, but led by stalwart and faithful leaders like Ezra, Joshua, and Zerubbabel, they began to rebuild. The members of the house of Israel, called in the latter days, experienced similar trials. They built a beautiful temple in Kirtland, Ohio, that they were forced to abandon less than 2 years after it was dedicated. After struggling for more than 6 years, they completed another temple in Nauvoo that was almost immediately abandoned. And while they were traveling in the wilderness to find a new home, they received word that the temple in Nauvoo was burned down by an arsonist. In spite of these challenges, they pressed on, found a new home, and began work on a new temple. Rather than losing hope, they gathered the courage to rebuild. And nourished by their courage, their descendants went on to build hundreds of temples all over the earth. All those thousands of years ago in the ruins of Jerusalem, Zerubbabel, Joshua, and Ezra picked up the pieces and began to rebuild also. They first rebuilt the altar and offered a sacrifice just to thank God for the blessings they had. Then they laid the foundations for the temple and began to rebuild. There is a touching passage in Ezra's record where it says, when the foundation of the house was laid before their eyes, they wept with a loud voice, and many shouted aloud for joy, so that the people could not discern the noise of the shout of joy from the noise of the weeping of the people. Just like the people who rebuilt the temple in Jerusalem, sometimes the joy from our blessings and the weeping from our failures are all mingled together at the same time. It can seem like life is one long series of setbacks, but there is real beauty in the struggle to move forward. Our courage can inspire others and lay the foundation for future blessings for the people we love. The temple was rebuilt, and that temple, with a few ups and downs, became the sacred edifice that Jesus Christ loved and protected and worshiped within hundreds of years later. Temples come and go over the course of human history, but the courage of the people of Zerubbabel and Ezra's time still inspire us today. Likewise, it might seem like there's no way forward, nothing but wreckage and ruin after our own personal failures, but the Lord loves effort. He doesn't judge us by our wins and losses, but by our sincerity and diligence in seeking to do what is right. Even the grandest temples of God begin with the simple efforts of one person laying one stone on top of another and seeing with the eye of faith the grand things that can come out of small and simple acts.